I am an expert on everything, and I just watched the first episode of Miss Marvel last night and I had some opinions, so I thought, oh, content. So here we are, you getting a video that you never asked for, never wanted, and most likely will probably just ignore, just like my whole YouTube channel and also my whole existence. But that's the video for some other time. Miss Marvel is the most relatable Avenger for me because she is also a YouTuber who gets great comments but no views on her videos. I felt represented in the very first scene, you guys. The first thing you'll notice while watching Miss Marvel is how visually pleasing it is. It's cinematically so beautiful. There is animated stuff going on in the background. The colors are very vivid. It feels very fresh, bright, naive, and very energetic, which represents the titular character perfectly. And also just want to say this review, this reaction, not reaction, this is a review. I'm not reacting, so it's a review. So this video basically, it pertains to only the first episode because that's the only episode that's out yet. So we don't know what's gonna happen next, but this video is just about the first episode itself. Just wanted to put it out there. The storyline felt very simple, which is a good thing since it's the introductory episode of Kamala Khan in the MCU. She's a teenager and the non-comic readers, MCU fans, they are meeting her for the very first time. So the simple story so far, it gives us time to warm up to her as a character and to get inside her headspace. It did not feel like over-the-top teen drama. It felt very natural, very normal. I saw a young teenager Noor in there who is way too much in love with these fictional words, these iconic characters, and then your family does not understand your love and your interest in these things, and often you are made to feel weird about having these geeky, nerdy interests. So that representation as well was very apt in my opinion. One thing I love the most about this episode is how they are handling representation. As a person of color living in a foreign land, I do understand the importance of representation in the media, but at the same time, the story lover inside me, the cinema lover inside me, it does not believe that you should compromise a good story for the sake of representation. Sake sounds English is not my first language, you guys. So sake sound a weird word in this context, but you know what I mean. If you're providing great representation, but at the same time the heart of the story is weak, then that representation is just as bad as no representation, in my opinion. But this show did not do it, at least so far. I did not feel at any point that they were trying to shove the brown person as a lead down my throat, which I felt was the case with Never Have I Ever. उस शो में ना the cultural representation felt very forced. Even in Captain Marvel, the movie, it felt like they were putting way too much unnecessary pressure on the point that they are telling a woman's story. And when they do these kind of things, now when they are forcefully trying to do that, it feels repulsive. Like you don't get the idea of that. You get the idea of that, but you feel like very repelled from that. So it doesn't work that way. But in this show, at least so far, कुछ भी ऐसा over the top cringe नहीं लगा. Everything was very smooth. कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि they were acting like tryhards to get that cultural representation. In fact, it felt very honest and very authentic, which I think did great for the show, at least so far. I'm saying at least so far so many times, but I just want you guys to know that I'm not giving a review of the whole show in advance. I'm just talking about the first episode. And again, I have said this, I think, the third time in this video so far, so I'm sorry. Plot development in the episode might feel a little underwhelming, but I think it was a great decision by the creators since we are still adjusting into Kamala's world. And speaking of Kamala, Iman Vellani is such a natural on camera, on screen. क्या बोल रही हूँ? I'm just so excited about her. I don't know what to say. But she is so good. And I think at this point, everyone knows that she is not playing Kamala Khan. She is Kamala Khan. She is the perfect casting for the role of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. And not just her acting, but her voice acting is so commendable. The episode starts with her voice over, and the control she has over her voice, over her pitch, the modulation that she does, it's so captivating. I loved it so much. There is a scene where Kamala is wearing her own self-designed Captain Marvel costume and she's looking in the mirror, and the scene is so beautiful. She has acted so well in that scene. It gave me the feels like, oh, do I even fit in the world that I'm trying to be a part of, I want to be a part of? Do I even look the part that I'm trying to look like? And also at the same time, you know how in our brown community, in our culture, girls, specifically young girls, are told not to wear certain outfits, and if you do wear those outfits, you'll bring your family a bad name. And that scene, the way she's acting, there are no dialogues in that scene. the way she's acting, it give me all those feelings like, oh, these are the thoughts that are going on inside her head. And the BGM at that point is so effective. It's such a beautiful scene. It has so much heart, that scene. I loved it. One of the criticisms that this show has been getting before it even came out was that it's targeted towards a newer, younger audience, and the regular adult viewers of MCU might feel disconnected from it, which I don't think is true. Even if you are not in that certain specific age group, I think the first episode will still keep you very engaged. And I think, in my opinion, MCU is doing this very smart thing by making these shows, these new shows, specifically this one, for the new viewers, for the young viewers, because they need that new young fan base whenever that phase 4 finale of MCU will come out, you know. So for that big finale, they need these new people. So by targeting it towards the younger people, तो जब तक वो finale आएगा ना phase 4 का, तब तक वो बच्चे बड़े हो जाएंगे, and then they will have this like adulter viewers of MCU and these new young adult viewers. So I think they are doing it on purpose, which actually is a very smart thing. Second criticism is that they changed her powers and the origin of her powers. So in the comics na, Miss Marvel gets her powers when she is exposed to the Terrigen mist and she becomes an inhuman. पर शो में उन्होंने दिखाया है कि she gets her powers after wearing her ancestral bracelet, which I hope that they hope क्या मतलब वो करेंगे ही, they'll explain it by the end of the season finale, by the end of the series कि वो कैसे काम करता है. Hopefully they do that. The other thing is, in the comics, Miss Marvel के जो powers हैं, they are very like she can stretch her limbs, she can stretch her arms, like they become big and she can stretch it. तो वो उसके powers हैं comics में. In the show, along with that, she also has some cosmic powers, and people have a lot to say about that. But at the same time, you know, if you think about it, सारे ही जो MCU के मूवीज हैं या शोज रहे हैं, शोज तो चलो अभी शुरू हैं, जो मूवीज हैं, they have never been 100% true to the comics. They cannot be. They are just changing the stories according to the phase of the Marvel that they are working in. तो वो थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करेंगे, but at the same time I think we should just wait a little for them to explain. As long as the way they explain it, as long as it's convincing and it's well thought, I think it should be fine. Another criticism is that they might mess up the Pakistani Muslim representation, and this is something that I should not have a say in. Since I am not a Pakistani Muslim, I do not get to say whether the representation is accurate or not. But I do want to emphasize though that सेम ही कल्चर और सेम ही रिलीजन में ना सबके परिवार, सबकी फैमिलीज का डायनामिक अलग अलग होता है, इवन दो यू बिलोंग टू द सेम रिलीजन और सेम कम्युनिटी. एंड आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पेसिफिकली लाइक द पाकिस्तानी और मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इन जनरल. तो जब सभी ही फैमिलीज विद इन द सेम ग्रुप आर डिफरेंट, it's impossible to represent every single one of them in just one show or just one movie. But at the same time, I do hope that the Pakistani Muslim community does not feel that they have been done wrong by this show. And again, like, I do not get to say like whether they're doing the right thing with that or not, but I just hope that they are doing the right thing. Those are just my hopes, that's it. Overall, I enjoyed this first episode of this new MCU venture. I think it will get a little darker and a little serious later on with the next episodes, but we'll see about that. Let me know what you felt about this show so far, the first episode. What did you like about it and what did you not like about it? And also, this is my first review kind of video, so I know I messed up a lot. Let me know in the comment section what you felt about the video as well, whether I should continue doing this, and provide me criticism for that as well, like how I can get better. Don't tell me don't do it, because I don't want to hear don't do something. Do let me know how I can become better at it though. So yeah, that is it for today. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. If you're new to the channel, you can check out my other videos. If you like them, you can hit the subscribe button. That is it, and you'll see me in the next one. Bye. The first thing you'll notice while it did not feel like one thing I plot development, plot, another, like it when you call me senorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is ooh la la la, ooh la la la. पानी पीते रहो, stay hydrated.